Hola chicos, aquí habla el más bonito suizo del mundo. Estamos aquí en Instagram, el takeover de Food District. No voy a hablar más en español porque no todos lo van a entender, así que vamos a cambiar a inglés, pero ustedes saben, vamos a hacerlo así. Hey everybody, here's Sergio, your pretty boy from Switzerland. And yeah, today we're gonna have an Instagram takeover of Food District, a store in Madrid and Barcelona. Really cool stuff. Today we're gonna talk about sneakers, of course, and especially about Air Max 1. And really looking forward to welcome my guests. Let's go. This is Sergio. Okay, please welcome my first guest. It's the one and only Chanica from Amsterdam. And if you don't know her, you're definitely missing something in the sneaker game. So yeah, please, Chanica, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Chanica, how are you?
Good. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, also, thanks. And to always open the conversation, the most easy question is, how's the weather?
The weather was really good today in Amsterdam.
Nice.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Yeah. Some picnic outside or not yet?
Yeah, well, the parks are almost closed everywhere because it's too crowded with the COVID. But yeah, I'm just chilling in the sun outside. It's fine.
Okay, nice. And you're looking forward to chat with us about Air Max 1s and
Definitely.
Nice,
it's always good to spread some love for Air Maxes, right?
Absolutely. It was one of my first love. You also, I guess, right?
Yeah, same, definitely. Especially the ones.
Super. Okay, so our next guest from Germany, Cologne, it's Mario. You know it better maybe as Sixnine, one of really my favorite photographers out there. Really cool cat. So please give a warm welcome to Mario.
Hey everyone, greetings from Cologne, Germany. Good to see you.
How are you, Mario?
I'm pretty good. Super excited for the talk and super happy to see you guys, at least on camera.
Same.
And how is the weather over there in Cologne? Rainy as always?
Also, no. I mean, the weather in Cologne is always nice, but now today was like really beautiful, like super sunny. Okay, had to be in the office all day, but at least the window was open though.
That's nice. That's super. Good. Thank you, Mario. Also looking forward to chat with you because like we're seeing in the back, great shoes in the back. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, it's no comparison to the other guys around, but...
Yeah, but they are master of airs. You need to know that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
But I think it's not about comparing. It's just about spreading love, like Chanica said. So let's give some love to the one and only Iceberg from Berlin, one of my favorite guys out there. And yeah, you know his collection. It's just insane. So please welcome Mr. Iceberg.
Hi Sergio, hi guys. Cheers from Berlin.
Hey, my man, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine like the weather today. I heard you ask the weather question before, so it was important. Very sunny. It was very sunny Berlin today, very warm. So let's have a sunny talk.
Nice. Yeah, of course. Really looking forward to that. So guys, yes, it's a worldwide chat. So I will give you some questions, but it's not about an interview, honestly. It's just about the chat. So whatever you want to tell us as it's really cool stuff, please tell us. If not cool stuff, also tell us because we're taking care of that and we will make everything cool, okay?
All right.
Super. So let's say one main question that maybe a lot of people out there want to know is how we get into the sneaker game. What was our first love? So, as always, of course, guys, it's ladies first. Chanica, please tell us, why do you love sneakers so much? What's the story behind it?
Well, it all started for me as a kid. I was already a big fan of Nike, so all my clothes were from Nike. I was wearing bandanas from Nike, socks pulled up high. So it already began at a very young age for me. My great uncle, he had a sports shop in Amsterdam. So every year, and when it was my birthday, my grandpa took me there to pick a pair of trainers, and it was always way too big a pair of Nikes, but I loved it. So afterwards, when I was around like 16 years old, it all started with the Air Max 1s. I saw someone wearing the animals, and I just fell in love with them immediately. So I started Googling it online, and I found so many platforms like Soul Collector, Sneakerpedia, etc. And then I just realized there was a whole world behind it. So there were like other collectors or just people selling their shoes or wanted to buy their pairs. So that's where I started to search for the animals. And after a year, I finally found them. But between that year, I already found so many other crazy colorways that I want to buy. So I already knew, okay, my next hunt is going to be, I don't know, I think it was the Safari 1B from Atmos as well. So that was where like the hunt began for a new pair of Air Max 1s.
Nice, super nice. That is a great story. Mario.
Yeah, I think like for me, it also like began back in the days. It was super inspired, or with there was basketball all around. So you saw Michael Jordan play and all the guys, and that's what the shoes you wanted to have. And then it was skateboarding was also a big influence. So that was the first thing. And I think it was in the late 2000s when I really was like had the same moment as Chanica had, when you really know, okay, there's a whole scene around it. There's like limited editions and stuff. And there's really like something as collecting sneakers, not just to wear them and to style it with your personal style, but really like collecting and chasing pairs and everything. And yeah, that's when it started for me. And then afterwards, started to work in the industry, and that's definitely kept the collection even more growing. So
yeah, of course. Nice. And you, Iceberg, tell us your story.
I think I'm 1 or 2 years older than the other guys in here. So, so I was born in the formerly GDR, in formerly Eastern Germany, and so it was never possible to get a nice pair of shoes. I only saw it on TV when we look at the Western television. So after the war came down in 1989, I bought my first pair of shoes. It was in high top and Air Delta Force High for 169 Deutschmarks. I remember it. And yeah, that was my first pair of Nike shoes. And then in 1993, I bought my first pair of Air Max, the Air Max 93. And yeah, that was the beginning of the end.
Truly that. But you don't have all your pairs at home, right? Not at all.
I can't have them all at home because it's too much stuff. So I had to outsource them a few years ago. So I only have a few pairs that I wear every day in here. So that's the story.
Nice. Yeah, to finishing up, my story, if you are interested, guys, is like pretty similar like yours. I was inspired. It was hip hop. I was inspired a lot about Michael Jordan. But then my mom, hopefully she's not seeing this, didn't want to buy me this pair of Jordan 11 or 12 or 13. I don't remember right. Then I switched. My biggest player was then Penny Hardaway, and I got my Penny 2, I guess, Nike Air Penny 2. And then I had like a down. I wasn't so into sneakers till I was working at Olmo. It's a really small, or at this time it was a small store in Bern. And then suddenly this love about Jordans, Air Force Ones came up. Also, one guy, Dave Marshall, was wearing, let's say, the mid Air Force Ones high mid Air Force Ones, white. And that was like, okay, my first love. And then, yeah, some trips to New York to buy the sneakers over there, some trips to Paris to buy the TNs. That was my second really big love. So then it was normal then to buy some 2-3 pairs at the same time, smuggling into my home. And yeah, boom, collection is bigger and bigger.
It's just an addiction, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this
100%.
was like really a hard addiction for me because I was like jealous when I saw some people having some sneakers I didn't have, and it was just a
Yeah, I
general
feel you.
release.
Yeah.
But now we are calm. We are calmer, I guess, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Nice. So, guys, before we go more into Air Max 1s, there's one question because it's like, let's say, international, at least a European call here. How is or was, because now we, of course, know it's Corona, we are not getting really a lot outside to sneaker hunting, but how is like the scene over there? Is there particular kind of sneaker style you want to mention? What's all about? Mario, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've been I'm living in Cologne since almost 4 years now, but I've known so many people from Cologne through sneakers way before. So I think like for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think like Cologne is one of the German cities with the biggest sneaker culture, with the biggest sneaker scene, I would say. I mean, Sergio, you're doing Sneakerness here. And yeah, I mean, there's so many people around. I mean, of course, there's like with everybody. I mean, I think we're all a bit of the older generation, so times are changing. So I think like there's this like core scene. I think that's not there anymore. I think like people getting older, having kids, having families and stuff like this. But still, I think like a lot of people I know here in Cologne, I know through sneakers actually. So I would say, and then like, and it's through all brands. I mean, there's some hypes around. I mean, you see a lot of Jordans, a lot of Dunks, a lot of Air Force One right now, but every now and then, like every 3 years, there's another hype for an MX1 and it goes up and down. There's like constant flow, I would say, through the styles.
Yeah, absolutely. And how it is in Holland?
Yeah, I think the main sneaker here are MXs. So if you just walk around on the streets, you will see someone wearing Air Maxes next to you. So I still think the Air Max is the biggest shoe here in the Netherlands. But also we have the same hypes going on, like Jordan 1s at the moment, Air Forces for girls at the moment. So I think it's pretty much the same as in Germany. But I still think we have the biggest love for Air Maxes because you see them everywhere around you here.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's similar like in Switzerland, but I will tell you more about later on a bit.
Okay.
Iceberg.
Okay.
I think you are the oldest here, right? Could it be? I think so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So-
So how what was it?
I'm a Berlin resident for 5 years now, so I could talk about my hometown, Leipzig. Back in the days, there was not a really big sneaker culture. There were only worth shoes. They were comfy and or the most expensive ones to show something. So I remembered in the 90s, the Air Max 97 was a very big shoe in the 90s, and the TNs for sure. So nobody was really in Air Max 1. Maybe that's why the Air Max 1 came out in 87, and the guys didn't know the shoe. So also the Air Max 90. The first Air Maxes you could see at the streets were the 180s and the 93s. So when I moved to Berlin, in Berlin it's very different. So I couldn't say what the favorite shoe is in here because there are so many guys here. Everyone has a different style. So I couldn't see what the favorite shoe is in here. It's everything you can see here. It's skater shoes like Dunks or Blazers. You can see the Air Force One guys and for sure the Air Max guys. So it's everything in here.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so here in Switzerland, it's it's a little bit the same thing, but it's a little bit way much smaller, I guess, because we're kind of one of the smallest country in Europe. And you saw a lot of Jordans back then when I was like starting collecting 20 years ago. Then it was like Iceberg said, this Nike TN came from nowhere, and yeah, this Air Max ones also really hype. But what I wanted to ask you guys is like in my opinion, we were not so influenced, for example, by only one rap star. What I wanted to say, for example, if Travis Scott is wearing a dunk, okay, hype, you see everywhere, for example, dunks. And back in the days, you had maybe Michael Jordan, for example, but not really particular somebody who was, let's say, hyping the stuff. Is it like the same thing also? Did you see this change, this development?
Yes,
Chanica?
for sure. Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
true.
I think nowadays it's like we have like a new generation going on who are not like they don't share the same passion as we did when we started collecting, but it's like a whole new generation. So whatever they see their favorite rapper wearing, it will be a hype, and everybody wants to wear those shoes. While back in the days we didn't have like Facebook groups or whatever kind of platforms where you can see your favorite idol with a pair of shoes or whatever. It was just you just bought what you liked, you know. You didn't do it for the hype, or you didn't do it because you saw someone wearing it, but just because you liked that shoe. So I think it's a big difference now.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you think
Yeah,
that
for
also,
sure.
Iceberg?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think the younger guys just look for an idol or whatever. Everybody wants to be different, but at the end, all the hype kids look like the same. So I don't understand it. But like I said, I'm old. I'm old as. So
No, we just need
so
to accept.
it's so it's really a crazy thing. The Travis Scott thing that he only want to wear a shoe once, and that's such a crazy hype. But I think also it was different back then because because of the internet. Back then you could see the shoes on the
Yes.
street, and you thought, "Oh my God, what shoe is this?" And you had to go to the store to find them.
Yeah.
So today it's completely different. You can take shoes everywhere. Oh, when you win the raffle, for sure.
Yeah,
Or you have the money, or you have the money to pay the resale prices.
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah, I see. Sure. Okay, guys. So thanks. That was like an overview, kind of. But now let's go to the really important or the really fun topic. It's the Air Max One, and there will be the main question: how did we get into this Air Max One game? Why it's this sneaker so beloved from us? And here, I think we go again with ladies first, please.
All right. So, like I already said, it started with the animals for me, the OG ones. And when I finally got that shoe and I was wearing those, I just felt they were super stable and super comfy. And you could style them with whatever. You can style them with a dress, or you can style them with the jeans, or so it was really easy to combine for me as well. And there were just so many rare pairs or crazy colorways that really caught my eye. So yeah, for me, that's just the number one shoe.
Nice. So next will be Mario, because I don't want to forget you. What's why
Oh,
you
good.
started with Air Max One? What's the story behind it?
I mean, for me, it was like the first Air Max I fell in love with were the 97s back in 97. The first shoe I bought from my own money, like, and had to lie to my mother somehow because they were like super pricey. And then afterwards, I started collecting. Then like Air Max ones was like obviously one of the first shoes that really like got me into it, because there is like, I mean, it's the one, you know, and there's like this iconic silhouette that started it all, kind of like the whole. I mean, like look at the whole like Air Max franchise. What like came from this, and everything is rooted back to one shoe. So that's obviously one has to start with. And yeah, there are so many crazy colors out there. It's like animals, elephants, like all that like patterns and stuff, and that really got me into it.
Nice. Thanks, Mario. Iceberg, why you felt in love?
To be honest, I saw them in the mid '90s in the stores. I think at Foot Locker, and there were the first retros of the MX1, these leather ones in different colorways, and I thought, wow, that's not a cool shoe because it was like a dead shoe because of its leather. So it doesn't look sporty. It doesn't more a bit, yeah, for the old dudes. So I ignore them these days. And later in the early 2000s, it was, sorry that I have to say that here, it was Foot Locker again. There was also a full leather shoe, a full white with green details. And I was maybe because I was 5 or 6 years older than before. So I really liked them because they were so clean. And so I had to buy them. And when I hold them in hand, I saw that silhouette. And so I had to. I had to get information about it. Air Max 1, what is this? Like I said, 1987, it was no chance to get cool shoes or go into shoes. So I wanted more information about the pair, and yeah, that was the start for me to get into Air Max 1s.
Nice. Nice story. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it's funny because I also saw my teacher from elementary school. He had a pair of OG Red, the mesh ones. I think they're from '99, if I'm not wrong. And when I saw those shoes as a kid, I always thought he could jump on those because of the air units, you know. So there
Yeah.
was it was already a nice shoe when I was little because it looks like you could jump because of the air.
Okay, okay. Yeah, absolutely. So nice stories. Thanks, guys. So I will pass on mine because I will, let's say, go first by the next question so we can combine that easily. So yes, the next question or what we want to discuss now is our favorite Air Max 1 stories. So please. So guys, back here. I had to grab some my favorite Air Max 1 of all the time, of course.
Nice.
My Kid Robots, babies, and oh, that's so difficult here with the camera, right? Oh la la.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the story is I was, let's say, more into Air Max 90 then, back in infrared, well, my favorite shoe of all the time also, when you take the whole. But for the Kid Robot, I was like really into, let's say, collecting these figures, these vinyl figures of Kid Robot. And also I saw Swiss Beats, for example, wearing the hoodie, if you remember that, with the small Kid Robot heads. And then, of course, when I was, let's say, surfing, etc., that got my attention, this Kid Robot, Air Max 1s. And I said, easy, I want to buy it. Yeah, it already came out. Okay, reselling price, 1,500. Okay. Was student, so no chance to buy. But then with my first traineeship, I said to me, okay, my first money, I'm going to invest in this Air Max 1 because that's absolutely my love. And back then, you could really buy it on eBay with a high chance that it's not a fake. So
Yeah.
I bought it there. And actually, I didn't have 1,500. And I told the guy, can I pay in 500? Also in 3 rates, 500 each. And he told me yes. And it was like a normal thing to, let's say, I PayPal'd him in 3 months, this 500 each. At the end, I got my pairs. So I think today it's never going to happen this again. And when I was, when they came at my home, I was watching them, and I think I didn't wear them for 3-4 years because it was so cool. And also the Air Max, the bubble and everything. So this story, it's like really that got to me into the Air Max 1s. And
That's
how
cool.
about you, Chanica? How about your story, Air Max 1 stories?
Well, I think my funniest story is with the M&S, because it's like, well, it's the other way, like this pair. Wait, I will show you the side version. So I saw a picture of these shoes just on Google, and it had a tag with a name on it, but I didn't know from which platform it was. So I was like Googling for like months to find the username on the right platform. And when I finally found it, I made an account, and the guy said, "Oh, I sold them a couple years ago." So he gave me his email address and just emailed that person, and he also said he already sold it. So I was like, "Oh no!" And then I finally found the owner, and he told me he didn't want to sell it. La la la. It was a guy in America, and then after I think 6 or 7 months, he finally emailed me back like, "Okay, maybe I want to sell them." So I was like super hyped because finally I could get my hands on them. And he was like, "But I only take bank transfer and I won't ship to Europe. I only ship within America." So back in the days, I only had one person I knew from America. So he was like, "Okay, you want to take the risk? We're gonna bank transfer the money to him, and we will see if it shows up or not." And like you just said, back in the days there were less scammers than nowadays. So we were like, "Okay, let's give it a try. Just send the money." And he received them like 3 days after, and he just straight forwarded to me. So yeah, that was really crazy, because after years I finally got them, and they're signed as well, so it's pretty dope.
Wow. Great shoe. Great shoe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unworn, I guess, right?
No, I've worn them. Back in the days, I was so crazy, I just worn them. Not that many times, though. I think the nipples are still there. Can you see it?
No.
Wow, nice.
One once indoor.
No, I wore them outdoor.
That's what they call Dutch DS, right?
Sorry?
Yeah.
They call it Dutch DS.
Yeah.
Iceberg, you have, of course, a story, I guess, right?
Oh, it's really hard because I couldn't tell a lot of stories, I think. Maybe it's a short story. It's about the Air Max Master, the white pair, because it's if you're on the hunt after a pair, you know it when you buy it, and you know you will get it in the next days. But the special on these white ones was I or the other masters didn't know that we get such a clean, such a beautiful pair. So on the other side, Chanica.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And I know that we will get a sample of the Black Masters. So I was waiting for the pair, and I got that parcel from the States, from Beaverton, and I had no idea why that parcel was so big. So I unpacked it, and the first one, what I had in hand, what it was, a white pair, and it was overwhelming because I like it so much more than the black pair. It's not because of it's so rare or whatever. It's just because of how it's look like. White pairs are always better than black pairs. So so it's like it's all about surprise on it. Yeah. So it's like in the life when a surprise comes around the corner. It's you will be surprised. So it's not a surprise when you buy it by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we also only saw. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we saw the sketches when we were there, and we also saw the sketches of the white pair. But then in the end, they chose the black pair, so we didn't expect them to also bring out a white pair. So for me, the surprise was just as big as for Iceberg.
Yeah,
that's super nice. Mario, what's your story?
It's my story. I think my favorite MS1 story is around that shoe. The green Chaptr. And actually, like, a good friend of mine and former colleague gave it to me to actually sell it because he needed the money. And he was like, okay, you're way better connected than I am, and can you like put it on Facebook and then groups or like even other platforms? And I was like, yeah, I can do that for you. And which size is this? No, it's not your size. I think it's too small. And I was like, at one point I was like, it's such a beautiful pair. Let's try it on for a second. And I was like, okay, these really fit big. I mean, they're still a bit too small, but like they do fit for like at least half a day. I was like, okay, but I never can afford to pay you the money they're worth. I'm not because I got some like my own rules concerning like paying several amount of money or a certain amount of money for shoes, and that was like way above 500 euros, and I don't pay that money. But at that time, like the Adidas, the first Adidas Yeezys came out, and I had the black pair, and I was like, okay, no, that's definitely not my shoe. And then, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sell that easy, like, and whatever I get for that shoe, I'm gonna like hand it over to you, and I'm gonna take this one. And he was like, okay, let's do this, and so I got my hands on that pair.
Dope.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's the story.
Who has another story? Because I have one. But I can... Chanica, do you have another story, or should I tell mine?
Well, yeah, there are so many stories. Like Karl said, like every shoe had its own story. But
Okay.
I remember like back in the days, there was a friend of me, and we always did some sneaker shoots because he was a photographer. And he had a female friend, and she was living in Utrecht, which is really close to Amsterdam. And she had a crazy collection with Kid Robot, Hyper Strikes, animals, Beast Pack, everything. And he told me like she wants to get rid of some of her pairs because she needs money and she doesn't like them anymore or something. So the first time I met her, she picked me up from the train station because I didn't have my driver license back then because I was too young. And she picked me up from the train station, and we headed to her house. And then I came in her room, and there was like so many crazy pairs, and I just started collecting. So I was like, why? It was like heaven to me. So in the end, I made a deal with her for the Kid Robot Hyper Strikes, and I went back home and saved up some money. And then after a couple of weeks, I finally had the money to buy that pair. And then afterwards, I almost took her whole collection, and now we're very good friends in the end, because I think it's always, if you share the same passion, you always have that special connection, So it's really funny. I have a lot of sneakers from her, so I'm really happy with her.
Good story. Yeah, I also want to share, but I need to go grab it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's also one of my holy grails.
Super dope.
The plus 41s. With eyes. Look at me. Yeah, and funny story is I was, let's say, informed that there will be an auction for that, because before they had a really small public release, they auctioned like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 pairs here in Zurich. And I'm not sure, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of the first official sneaker auction by an auction house like Sotheby's. And so there was only a few people there. And on my size, size 9, I think I was the first guy in the world. I believe it. So let it be like this, who really put 1,000 Swiss francs on this pair.
Okay.
But and I had, let's say, I told my brother, he was beside me, because it was like right after I bought this, so I was cashless. And I asked my brother, do you have some cash, because you need to borrow me now. And then he said, yes, Sergio, but at 1,000 it's finished. And yeah, then some lady, I didn't know her, because it was a charity thing, she bought it for 1,200. And I was really upset, because I told my brother, no, it's 200 more. Why not? Yeah, Sergio, it's like it is, and yeah, let's leave it, etc., etc. And then I was, let's say, 5 or even 10 years later, I don't know, honestly, the timeline. I was, let's say, again, I was thinking about this pair, and so fuck, it can't be that I don't have it. But now 4K, I think they are worth. I was in a meeting with someone, and I told him exactly this story, and he told me, I think I know this girl. And so what? yeah, here is the number, and yeah, you can ask her. Then I really called her and said, hey, listen, yeah, it's in the basement. I don't use them because I don't like them, and my son also don't like them. And do you want them? You can buy it. And I was telling, okay, what should I do now? Yeah, let's say for 600 or something like that. And she said, yeah, wow, so much. So yes. And then I wanted to give her the money, but then she was like under the radar, and suddenly I got a package with the note, hey, just enjoy it because you were so cute and so friendly at the phone, you can have them for free.
No
And she said,
way.
No way.
just a pair.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and I was so super happy because she told me, yeah, the T-shirt, my son is wearing it, and the box, I throw it away. But yeah, the sneakers are still there. And yeah,
Oh,
that's the
shit.
story about this pair. So yeah,
That's
really,
so
really,
dope.
let's say, super grateful for that.
Great
So
story.
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, great.
Good, guys.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe a short one about this pair.
Sure.
I'm not sure when they came out. I think so, 2007 maybe. Whatever. The pairs that were sold official, it was in a small
Hamburg.
store in Hamburg. Yeah, it was Thomas E. Punkt, yeah?
Yeah, genau. Yes.
Yeah. And I heard something about the pair, and I called at Thomas E. Punkt. Hey, hello, I heard you about a pair of shoes. It is very rare. And they said, yes, but we only have a size 41. So, and I said, oh, okay, sorry, I need 42 and a half. So, thanks anyways. See ya.
I just
So,
like,
so that was back in the days when I bought everything correct in my size. Nobody would do that these days. So
nope.
I said, no, it's not my size. So hold him for another dude. So
Yeah, that's cool.
that was my story.
That's
Yeah.
fair, super fair.
So
Cool,
I missed
guys.
a
Maybe
lot of shoes on eBay because I don't bought a different size. I
Yeah.
tried after that years later.
yeah, but you're lucky you missed them because if not, you have a way much more bigger storage, iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a good side. So guys, maybe you can chat a little bit more afterwards about stories and fun facts. So now it's like the big debate. Which is the best Air Max 1 of all the time? I actually don't know how we start there. Okay, let's do it like that. I will throw some Air Maxes, and then you will tell me if yes or not, kind of, okay?
All right.
All right.
How about
let's
the
do
Air
it.
Max, the OG one, OG colorway, red? Mario, what do you think?
Actually, if you had to ask me open, that was the one I was going for. Because for me, it's like every Air Max, like always the one, the OG pair. That's for me, it's always the best. I mean, there are still better in terms of like details, colors. There's some. I mean, it goes crazy if there's like animal patterns or whatsoever. But for me, like always the first pair in any like Air Max line. That's the icon. That's if you like print a poster with all Air Max on it. That's always the colorway you would pick. So for me, like the best Air Max 1 of all time is the OG red.
Exactly.
Okay, we are two guys. Chanica, what's your opinion? Also, yes, no?
Yeah, I totally agree with Mario. It's like a classic, so it's one of my favorite colorways as well.
So guys, that's really easy. We need to speak
Right.
a little bit more because what about the blue colorway? Why it's not the blue colorway? Chanica, why not?
I also like the blue ones, but I think the red one the color is just more popping. The color blocking is bigger, so I don't know. I prefer the red ones.
Okay. And why do you prefer the red ones, Iceberg, and not the blue ones?
The red ones, it's the definition of a sneaker for me. So I prefer the Air Max 90 infrared to wear, but when I had to, because I find them more comfier. But Air Max 1 OG, the red one, is the definition of a shoe. But if I could choose, I would prefer, or I prefer the 1986 versions with the bigger bubble. I never saw these in a Chaptr condition, and I would love to have the red and the blue one in a Chaptr condition, fresh in box, and prepared to never fall apart.
Does it have to be in your
However,
size?
If I could choose it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not really, it was like a question, a nonsense question actually, because it's also mine, the red one. Yeah, if you're in the game about Air Max 1 game, Air Max 1 OG red, it's like really the most favorite. But so let's put it like that. Maybe which is the best collab? What do you think, guys? What do you have in mind? Mario, the best Air Max 1 collab. What do you think? Maybe that is a little bit more interesting, I guess, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, I think I know what. Because I would say
Okay.
like the best collab is I would go for actually like a newer pair. I would go for this one. Because actually, I mean, I told you like the 97 was my favorite pair, and like melting these two styles together with the like the color scheme and the corduroy. I think that might be my pick for best collab.
Okay. Who is agreeing? Nobody, or how do we agree there? Chanica, what do you
No.
think? Agree?
I
Not?
don't know. I will go for Pata collab, definitely.
Nice. Which one?
I really like the Lucky Greens, just because I like black shoes, while
Yeah.
Karl doesn't like them. And of course, like the Amsterdam one, the Cherry Woods, also one of my
Yeah.
favorites. I don't know, just they do something different with like crazy materials, also on the Lucky Greens, and this shoe as well. I just really like the materials they use, and I think the upcoming collab is going to be crazy as well. It's
Did you
coming.
saw it
It's coming
already?
this year. Yeah, I saw. I had a little preview.
Yo, Edson, show me also. Nice. Iceberg, what's your favorite collab?
For me, the Atmos collabs, the first ones, the Safari and the what was? Oh, so much sneakers in my mind. What was Chanica help me? What's the
The
other one?
Viatex.
Yeah, the Wiretex.
Yeah.
And there was
V-Spec?
a third pair. No, the Storms.
Oh yeah, the Storms.
So I never find out if this was Atmos Collabo 2, and nobody can tell that really. I asked Atmos, I never got an answer to this. So these pairs came out all three together, and all three pairs were with a little
It's
B.
these, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I always thought that's an Atmos collabo too. So that's for me the best MX1 collabos. Definitely.
Yeah, Atmos is also. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Big.
But also the Uravas is also.
Yes.
If this counts as a collabo, the Urava Reds is also a big one.
Yeah, I
Which
agree,
one,
and
sorry?
it's funny because the Uravas,
Yeah.
the red, this one, this. Yeah, it's funny because when we were in Portland, they were like reshaping the Air Max 1, and they had some different 3D models where we could choose from our favorite shape, and we all chose the same version, and it was based on the Uravas. So it's really funny. And like the new shape nowadays is based on the old pair.
Yeah.
And what about these guys?
Oh. Oh my god. I've been looking for ages for those.
Yes, I bought them at Flight Club.
Nice. If you
Yeah,
ever see my size, let me know, okay?
of course.
Thank
Also
you.
for me, I can't really tell you a favorite collab because, like you guys mentioned, it's really also the Patas, the Amsterdams, because the Amsterdams with this Albert Heijn story behind it, really cool, super story. But this, like Janik also said, I like a lot black sneakers and also 3M and elephant print. It's for me something also for material and the whole composition. It's really cool. Clark Kent did a good job on these. So yeah, it's really hard to say at the end, and I think you agree because also Mario totally right. It's one of the coolest collab in the last few, let's say, years or months. This Witherspoons. So a lot of things going on, and a lot of things coming out, and hopefully, like you said, Chanica, some Pata, some new collabs, amazing. So yeah, really, really great stuff out there, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And what do you think about actually the Travis Scott ones? There are rumors, right?
Yeah, from the pictures that are leaked or that I saw so far, I did not feel them.
I didn't, let's
No.
say, I don't know how they look like. I just was like, okay, there's a kind of a sneak peek, but I didn't get the whole picture behind it.
Okay, yeah. I saw something with the weird laces
Yeah.
that were like inside instead of outside of the shoe. And the colorway was
I
not really
saw
my thing, but it was just a leak, so I don't know if it was the real shoe or not.
Yeah.
I
So
saw
let's see.
different pics of them, so no idea if these are real or if these just photoshopped by anyone. So,
Something like that. Don't trust the
but
internet, right?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, and I also feel like just throwing like everything together that works at the moment doesn't make like a good shoe in the end of the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's like an obvious choice if you want to like give a little more like hype to MX1 again, than just have like Travis doing something. But it's the same with like, I mean, I love the Sakai's, the waffles, but I don't know if there needs to be like a fragment version of it. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it seems to me like
Yeah.
putting too much into one shoe and like
Yeah.
just for the hype,
That's
not
ex-
for a good
That's
story.
Just for the hype.
that's it. Yeah. The MX1 is a clean and smart shoe, so you can do so much stuff on it that doesn't work.
No.
So
Yeah, it's like the simpler the better, right?
Yeah.
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 Actually, guys, just a question here, and I know that everybody from us should answer that. But what is, let's say, really the story behind the Air Max One? Let's say the design story about from Tinker Hatfield. Who wants to answer that? Because there are, of course, some people out there who are watching us, and maybe they don't know what's the story behind this sneaker, because it's not just a sketch. It's not just something. It's really it has a story. Iceberg, Chanica, the Masters of Air, maybe you guys.
I think Iceberg is the best one for this question. I can tell about the Centre
Uh,
Pompidou, etc., but you know, he was living back then and I wasn't even born.
yeah. The story which was told to all of us was the Centre Pompidou story. So the thing is it true or is it just a story?
Yeah. So maybe you know the
That's
answer.
that's always my thoughts. So
Okay.
whatever it is. Oh no, there was a. But I have a different story about it, Chanica. Do you remember that? That Tinker made that bubble thing and had to show that to anyone who works, who was
Yeah,
bigger at Nike, and they told,
exactly.
and it was a very short to cancel the shoe and to get
Yeah,
Tinker out of Nike for that,
exactly.
because
Yeah, it was declined.
nobody was interested to produce the shoe because they thought that would never work. So I I don't remember.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
right.
He told us that. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
people were trying to get him out of Nike because they were like, that shoe will never sell because it looks so different than the models that were very popular back then. So they just tried to get him out of Nike because they didn't understood the shoe. But in the end,
Okay.
everything worked out well. So after
Really
a couple of years, his pairs
And
were
then
also very loved.
there was anything with Phil Knight in the plane when he saw the what's the English word for Flügel from Flugzeug?
Wings.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He saw the wings from his plane, and the shoe should be made like this wing.
Like the shape or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. So that was the story behind the Air Max 1. So it was the thing between Tinker and Phil Knight, and both were lucky enough to stay at Nike.
Yeah.
It was a 50-50 thing back then.
Imagine if it
Nice
was never
story.
if it was never here. Imagine if they just declined it and kicked him out of Nike. Then we
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
even been
amazing.
collecting, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
Yep.
Thanks, guys, for sharing that. That's why we have the Masters of Fair. You know, Mario? That's why.
Yeah. Couldn't have told any better story than this.
Me neither. That's the best story. So, guys, thanks for that. So let's go to the next question. We actually don't like it a lot. I know that. And this is a question about how many pairs we own. So be more particular, of course, how many Air Max 1s pairs do we own? And yeah, actually, let's start with me because I actually don't know. I stopped count my pairs of sneakers, but maybe I have around 50, 100 because they're everywhere. So, but also to mention, I'm not, let's say, this kind of collector. I also have Air Max 1s general releases because I like this pair so much. Bought at local sneaker retail, Foot Locker, Zalando, you name it. So for me, it's with the Air Max 1s because it's one of my favorite shoes. I have a lot of colors, and that's what for me one of the most important things. So Mario, what's about you? How much pair of Air Maxes 1s you have around?
Ooh, tough question. I mean, same with you. Like you, I haven't stopped. I've stopped counting like some years ago. I think in total I must have like I don't know. Like I think my collection is basically pretty diverse. I think it's like 350 to 400 pairs like in general. But I think Air Max 1s are only like maybe 25, 30 pairs of them. Because I'm not like the collector that says, okay, I have to have every shoe from that, like every MX1 or every MX90 or every, I don't know, Air Force or whatever. So yeah, as you see behind, I mean, it's pretty diverse. So that's a little bit of everything. So it's definitely can like hold up with you guys. So please don't embarrass me too much.
No, stop it.
Okay, Mario. So let's do a game. Okay, we're gonna now guess how many pairs Chanica and Iceberg have together of Air Max 1s. Let's say like that. The closer we are, the other one will pay a beer next time if you are in Zurich or me when I'm in Cologne. Okay.
Deal.
Done deal. Okay. I will. You can go first.
But with whom? With both? Or
yeah, let's do it both. And let's do it both, and then have a next game. Let's do it both. We both. What do you think?
No, I mean, but do we guess both numbers, or should we start with the ladies first?
No. We both, you and me, we will tell how much pairs they have. Both. Added. Summarized. Together. Yes.
Okay. Let's say I'm gonna go for 850.
Okay, I go by 1005. Okay, let's write. Wait. Let's write it down because now it's another game, guys, because you know it's a sneaker game. So Mario, what do you saw? What did you say? 850, right? Me,
Yeah.
1005. Okay, so let's do it like that. Now we're gonna guess Mario, Iceberg, and me how many pairs Chanica got. Iceberg, what do you think?
270.
270. Mario?
I'd say 250.
250. I'm say 400.
Oh my god! So
Chanica,
I don't
what
even
do you
know
think?
how many. I don't know. But
Really?
yeah, I think it's around it's between 250 and 300, I think, for Air Max ones.
Okay, so I lose, I guess.
But thank you for the confidence.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the turn of Chanica, Mario, and me guessing Iceberg's collection. What do you think, Chanica?
I think like 1,000 or something, because his collection is insane.
Oh yeah.
Air Max 1?
I don't know. You have so many.
Mario?
Okay, I'm a bit biased because I have to say I've been to his warehouse once. But I would say Air Max ones, I'd say 600 pairs.
600. Okay. And I would say also 1,000 or 1,100, but I assuming that now I'm really losing big time. Iceberg, how much pairs you got?
Guys, the question is, there are 1,000 different colorways exist.
I don't know.
I
I don't think so, right?
I'm absolutely not sure how many MX1 I have. I think it's anything between 400 and 500.
Okay.
So
Crazy.
I stopped in 2014 or so when Nike put it out every week, 5 different colorways. So
in the worst shape.
That was too much. So I had to stop it to buy MX1s. Before I tried to get every pair it was released, every colorway,
Oh my
every
God.
pair that ever was released. So, but like that.
Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Okay, so the results are crystal clear. I need to pay Mario a next Kölsch.
Yeah, make it proper beer, please.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
Okay,
original
let's do like
cologne, so I'm still sticking with real beers, you know, not the small ones.
You agree with that, Iceberg? You remember how many Kölsch we drank last time at Sneakerness?
Oh, it's between enough or not enough. Well, it was a good one.
It was a good one. Good ones.
Yeah.
Super. So, guys, before we go to the last question, just a small also debate here. What do you think about this whole reselling game in Air Max 1? Also, wear it, stock it. Sorry. What do you think? What's all about the Air Max 1s? Are the prices now like 4,000 for the kit robots, I guess, more for the Plus? And Chanica, you have a lot of value behind your back, and everybody here. So what do you think? It's cool, not cool? Should everybody do it they should do it? Or what do you think, Chanica?
Well, I think the hype is less than, like, let's say 5 years ago from now. 5 years ago. I think, like you see with the bacons last week, that the resale price is not really that crazy. You can buy them for like €50 extra on retail. So I think that for us as Air Max collectors, that's a good thing. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes a shoe comes out, like the London's and Amsterdam versions from last year. At first, they were very hyped, and resale price was very well, not very high, but it was high. And now you can find them for like 250, I think. So I don't know. I don't think there's like a very big resale market for Air Max 1s at the moment, because only the older pairs are still very much searched after for collectors, of course. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. I have the same impression. And you, Mario?
Yeah, same. I mean, I said it before. I think like with the Air Max ones and the hype, I think it's really like a, I don't know, like 3 to 4 year, like going up and down. And there was 1 year, like you see it on every girl's feet on the street, and then now it's kind of replaced with Air Forces. And I
Yes.
probably think it might be back again to Air Maxes, I don't know, in 3 years from now. So, and resale wise, I mean, exactly like Chanica said, I mean, I think it's with a lot of shoes, like the resale prices go up, like at the moment they like release and everyone's looking after them, but like the next day they open up their kids open up their Instagram and they see the next release coming up the next week and the weekend after, and I think that's where their like attention goes to. So it's always there's the next shoe, the next hype, the next shoe, the next hype, and so on.
Yeah.
So and yeah, and it of course it's more towards like Air Forces, Dunks, Jordans these days. So I think for a real collector, I think it might be good times right now to get like
Yeah.
Air Max.
Absolutely, also because before I give the word to Iceberg, I wanted or I was hunting the cloth Kiss of Death, because I have it in the special box back then, and I bought a fake pair also, and now was the chance to finally get some easy pair, and I was really, let's say, kind of crying because I didn't get my hands on a pair. But now on StockX or Collect, whatever, you can buy it really for not a lot of money. Then that's why not, right?
Yeah,
Iceberg,
it's
what do you
perfect.
think? Yeah,
Yeah, I think on one hand it's a good thing if you really want a pair, then you have a market to get it. But on the other hand, it's ridiculous, this whole reseller game, like Chanica said, especially when I saw the beacons this week. This is so, it makes absolutely no sense. Every guy wants to be a reseller, wants to make big money, and at the end he makes 20 euros, and I can't believe that he's lucky with that. So maybe it's just to for the name. Hey, I'm a reseller now, or whatever. So
Yeah.
I have no idea why some dudes have to pick these shoes they don't want. So that makes no sense
yeah,
for me. It's a shame. So
Yeah.
and also like Mario said, it's much too much what comes out these days. We saw. I take the beacons again. We saw the beacons in the last weeks daily, hundreds or thousands of pictures or photos on Instagram. So before that pair came out, so then they came out, and it's the end of the shoe.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
they
know
go
what I
on.
mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's done. So it's done. And about the clock, what you said, Sergio, I don't like retros. They were made 1-to-1 again. So the clock was a bit different, but
Exactly.
it kills the history of the shoe.
Yeah.
So you can see that also at StockX with the reseller prices. The first clock, how the prices was going down after the new release. So, but it's not the same. So I said it in Beaverton or to Nike guys too. I don't like these one-to-one retros, and they said, yeah, we change anything like on the safaris, the different sole or whatever. But
But like the
I would
Atmos
say,
was, the elephants were the same, right?
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
or with the
So
power walls, they did the same. Yeah.
So you killed it. I always say it's like a Mercedes when you bought a Mercedes in the 70s, and Mercedes would miss the word start to
To retro
das
it.
heißt, yeah, to retro
Construct.
it. So it would,
Yeah,
it would never be the same like in the 70s. So because
exactly.
it's not the same feeling, yeah, and that's for me the
Exactly.
same with shoes.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I agree with
yeah,
you.
Yes, agreeing also on that. Perfect. So thanks, guys. So let's jump to the last question, because I can't really with you. I can't talk way much longer, but honestly, my wife is cooking, so I don't want to get her nervous. No, funny joke aside. So everybody of us, of course, is still hunting, I guess, some Air Max 1s, this kind of holy grails. So let's have a chat about which models we are hunting. Okay, and because it's the last question, of course, ladies first.
Thank you. Well, the last one on my top 3, because I will make a top 3 for you, is the Air Max 1 San Francisco. It's like the ID version, and there were only like 50 pairs made, I think. And I've never seen my size. I'm a size 39 or 40. I've never seen it, and I only buy my own size, just like Karl says. It's like impossible to find for me. I really like them. It's just you have to have it in your collection, I think.
It's a nice one.
yes.
Your second one?
And the second one is the pair you just showed, the Clark Kent Air Max 1s. Looking for ages, so if someone sees this live and knows someone or has a pair, oh my god, let me know, because I really, really like them. Exactly what you said. The materials are crazy.
Yeah,
Such a sick pair.
it's absolutely
And of
fantastic.
course, my number 1 that I'm still looking for are the big bubbles from '86 in my size, and just like Iceberg said, in the best condition possible. I would prefer the red one, but the blue one's also, yeah, one of my favorites. It's so dope. Look at the big bubble.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah,
do you think there
crazy.
is one pair out of it?
I don't know. I want it in my size as well, but there must be someone having it still somewhere.
So fingers crossed.
Yes, exactly. We never give up.
Yeah. Iceberg, my dear. Are you hunting actually or not? Some Air
No,
Maxes ones.
no, I'm done with hunting. Thanks God. um, but if I had to choose 2 pairs, it's the 2 1986 big bubble pairs, because they were the first ones. They're the nicest ones. So I would love to have them both new in box, but I think there will be no chance to get them anywhere. Or
But what's
yeah,
specific about this big bubbles? Because honestly, I didn't know that. And yeah, shame on me, blame on me. But why you're talking about big bubbles, for example? Is it because the bubble is bigger, or actually better, or what's the thing behind those special pairs?
yeah. The bubble is much bigger, and as you see, the sole is a different construction. Down under the bubble, there's a part eingesetzt. Was heißt eingesetzt?
Filled in, added in.
Yeah, so it's completely different, and the bubble is much bigger. But they were produced for a very short time because of there were problems with the soles, and it was too much. The soles fell apart or whatever. So
Okay.
they had to do a smaller one.
So that was like, let's say, one of a kind in this time period. They were producing like for 1 year or something like that. You know that, Iceberg?
Yeah, in 1986. So
Only this year, 96.
86, 1986.
86, sorry,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, before
Good to know.
the Air Max 1 official came out in 87.
Oh, okay. So I think, are there more pairs you're hunting, or better said, you didn't, you told not to hunt anymore, but is there something else, Iceberg?
Yeah, I had to show Otto, or will you do that after that question that we have to show some grail or whatever? Or should I
Let's do.
show it
Ye-
now?
I think we
Okay,
all agree when Iceberg will show it after this Holy Grail question, okay? Because that will be the perfect time to, let's say, close this round. So show it
okay,
at the end.
okay. That's oh,
Okay.
the light, the camera is so it's okay. So it's a pair from 1988. So you see, it's like the first one, but the red is a bit more orange, and the heel stitching is in blue.
Hmm.
So it's also a very rare pair, and yeah, that's
So sick.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really rare, and I would love to get this pair in you. And I have a little story about this pair. Um, a sneaker friend of mine from back in the days, from Sneaker TV, the website in Germany back in the days, had this pair, and he always wanted to wear all his shoes. But like you can see, the soles are in bad condition, and so he asked me, "You, Iceberg, you have everything. You have the old pairs, whatever. Do you have that pair?" I said, "No, I don't have." And then he said, "Give me your address, and we send you this pair for free." So it's, you like this new collection. I can't wear it anymore, so here it is. So shout
Cool.
out to Dr. Icke from Sneaker
Cool.
TV.
Okay. Nice. Thanks, Iceberg, for sharing that. Cool.
Yeah.
Mario, your Holy Grails.
You. I mean, like compared to you guys, it's like a bit peanuts, but and
No.
actually, I mean, basically, to be really honest, I don't have like this Holy Grail thing. Actually don't hunt certain pairs anymore, especially with like super old pairs, like most of the sought after MXs are. I mean, it's because I want to wear all my pairs as well as like Iceberg's friend did. So I'm not really going after like super old pairs these days. But if I would would pick two pairs I always wanted to have in my collection, like two MX ones, it's a Patapara Cherrywood. Chanica said it and showed it already. I think like it's beautifully done. The materials, like especially like, yeah, I see it in that picture, like the label on the tongue and everything, and also the color mix, especially with the sole. And there was also like beautiful like apparel to it. There's like a bomber jacket, I guess.
Yeah.
I think like Chanica, probably you have it, of course, I guess. And so I think that's would be the one pair that's like, yeah, it's like a grail for me, like the whole MX thing. And the other one, I think it's super. I think it would be easy to get, but I never got my hands on it. Like for like a normal price. Yeah, it's the pink pack. I think it's one of the most like wearable pairs. I mean, of course, there are crazy pairs out there, but I'm sure you know it. There's not every day you want to wear like an animal or like crazy colors. So this for me is like super subtle. It's like the just easy mesh and some suede and like small hints of pink, and that made it for me. But I never got my hands on a pair in like a good condition in my size for like a reasonable price. So it's perfectly, I think it's probably like a super easy pair to have. Like, I guess every one of you has it, or at least had it. But for me, that was one pair I was always hunting, but I gave up at some point. So
Don't give up.
Never give up.
Yeah, never.
Yeah. It's a crazy thing with that pink pack or flamingos or whatever. It came out of nothing that the pair was hyped one day.
Yes,
So it was
exactly.
a few years after it was released. Everyone wanted to have this pair. So I didn't understand it. It's a clean pair, very nice for sure, but it came out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I bought it on sale.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the same pair.
that's right.
Yeah, 100
Nice.
bucks or even less. It was crazy. And now, but okay, I like them. And you're totally right, Mario. They're really easy to wear, really cool, comfy shoe. Absolutely. Yes. Coolio. So my holy grails, guys, to go quickly, is one of I was really hunting, and I had one in a time. I had a offer for the kid robots. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, the M&Ms. It's another story. For me, it's like a same story. Or better said, the colorway and everything. And Eminem, I was hearing to Eminem a lot at these days. And when I saw that, because also there were some other charity pairs, one for Nerd, for example. So I was in this kind of charity pairs or super limited charity things. And when I saw this Eminem pair and also Air Max, I wanted to just have it in my collection, but also only with the autograph of Eminem. So it's quite really super hard to find this pair in the market. But like you said, guys, I'm not actually hunting them. If one day I get my hands on to a reasonable price, what never is gonna happen. So yeah, so let it be. But I will not give up.
Very good. Never give up.
Yeah.
So the
And,
interesting thing on this pair, sorry, Sergio, the interesting
sure.
thing on that pair is how many pairs really exist. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not only the 8 pairs for charity with the autographs. That one we can see here is a unautographed sample, and I have a different sample without these red and blue lines on the midsoles. And it already the shoes have always a number between 1 and 8 inside. So I think maybe there are 10 8s, 10 5s, whatever.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But
No,
are your samples numbered as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fun. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of story also behind these bad boys. The next pair, it's like from my side, it's the it's the kid robot. And yeah, that I would pay the price if I can get my size, or better said, not every price, of course not, but I was so close to buy some US 10 and I'm 9, but then for 5K it was too much for me. And yeah, I know that because now I have a lot of Air Maxes that are falling apart. I can't wear them, and yeah, you paid 5K. It's really not worth about it. But I just need it because they are crying. They're missing the big sister, kind of. So yeah, still looking for that. And last but not least, now it's coming the para, I guess, the friends and family. Yes, yeah, that was like the story that I think that kind of some couple of guys were invited to a release at Berlin, I guess, and they get the pair, or at least they could buy them. I don't remember well. And I also got an invitation from Nike, from Medi, and they actually had to decline it because I spent the weekend with my wife in a wellness hotel.
No.
So yes, it's always wife. Also, before I was married, it was like shoes, sneakers, and their wife there, and now it's like it completely turned around. So it has that just a little bit story behind it because I like the colorway, I like the theme behind it, and yeah, of course I have the general release of that, but that is really a nice pair because no swoosh, only mini swoosh, and it's a crazy pair at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, guys. So, thanks a lot. We talked a little bit more than we should have expected. But anyways, it's speaking about love, about our sneaker love. So that's always an excuse. And thanks a lot, Chanica from Amsterdam, Mario from Cologne, Iceberg from Berlin. And yeah, I miss you guys, honestly. And I hope we can do some events because that was like the kind of event we were everybody on the same place, chatting each other, drinking beers, having a good time. But I promise I will come back stronger, hopefully this year, if not next year. And yeah, Foot District, then you need to be on my show also and host a booth. But it was a pleasure to speak with you guys, and I hope the guys out there had also some fun. So yes, hope to see you soon.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So,
Bye.
bye guys. And for a little, let's say,